Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by. I'm really glad that you did. Thank you so much for my last video and for all of your lovely comments. To all of you who are my loyal, faithful followers, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you visiting and commenting. It was really lovely to see you all. For anybody that's new here, thanks for stopping by, and hit that like button for some more videos because I plan on continuing. So let me just make sure you're straight. I'm pretty sure that you are, and we'll continue. So I was making some ephemera for my journal, and I thought that I'd turn on the camera before I made this one. What they are is they're magnetic, what I call magnetic paper clips, but they're not paper clips, they're magnetic. So this is from one of Lydia's kits. I sized it down so it would be this size, and when you open it up, I have the other set on the other side, and then it just clips on like this. So as you can hear, there's a magnet inside. So that's what I'm going to use for a closure for this little booklet that has, you know, the cards in it and some paper for writing. Or you can use it in your journal. You can use it, you know, pretty much for anything. And I just put a little piece of lace here and a little piece of lace there. So that's what I did with that one. And then the other one that I made was this one, which is a little bit different. This one opens like this, as you can see, and it can come off the page if you want. I just clipped that so I'd know where it was, and you have to flip through. But so you could just take it, and again, I just took the Autumn Florals from Lydia's kit. I think that's what it's called, and I sized it down 2 to a page, and then I lined it with some music paper, and it just clips on like this to the page. And you can use it as a flip out, and you could decorate the inside if you wanted to. You could put a little pocket inside, and I'll show you, it's very strong. And then you've got a side tuck that can actually come off on both sides. I'll just pick anything out of my ephemera box so I can show you. I'll put, let's see if this will go in there. This is a little matchbook that I made. It's got 2 cards in it, and they're backed. And then inside is a pad of paper. And the pad of paper can actually slip out. And what I used was some tags. I'm pretty sure this is from, I forget what kit this is from. This was in my stash that was already fussy cut out, but they're tickets. And then inside this pocket is a whole bunch of words, sentiments of Lydia's. So this is like a little journal in itself. So I just can't help myself. I just keep going on and on. And you can replace the paper, which is nice. And then it just tucks right inside here. And then back here, like I said, there's a little pocket, and it's stationary right here. I put some glue so that this, the tickets wouldn't come off. What kit is this from? I'm sorry, I don't remember, but I'll remember and maybe put it in the description box below. But let's see if it will hold this, because this is pretty hefty. Yes, it does. So there you go. There you have 2 very heavy things, and that's holding, you know, really, really well in your journal. Let me just straighten it out a little bit. There we go. See? And then it doesn't take up a lot of room in your journal, and you don't have to have a pocket or anything to put those into. So I'm going to make another out of this kit, which is Autumn Breeze, I believe. And again, I printed 2 to a page. So this was a whole page, 8.5 by 11, and I sized it down to 5.5 by, I think it's 5.5 by 6. I'm pretty sure. 5 by 6.5. So this is 5 by 6.5 if you're curious. you know, if you wanted to make one out of book page or what have you. And I do have an idea for that. So all you do is you take whatever you want to be, you know, to clip onto your page, you know, however you want to do it. I got this idea a long time ago from Heather at, again, Rose Hill Paper Cottage. It was actually her first design team project for Ruby and Pearl. So go way back in her videos. I make these for all of my journals. This is not how she makes them, but it's pretty similar. But she has a lot of ideas, so I highly recommend you visit her channel as well. So all I'm gonna do to get started is I'm gonna take my paper. Well, first I have to have my magnet. Now, you can use any kind of magnet. They have these magnets at the dollar store. They're called magnetic buttons, and they're very strong, as you can see. But you have to be very careful because these have a specific side. So if you don't put your sides together the right way, this isn't gonna, see, it doesn't clip. So you have to make sure your sides are right, okay? Whereas in a lot of my other ones, and I can put the link to the Amazon, because I don't really use these much anymore. However, I think I did use them yesterday. Let me feel. I did. I used those yesterday. But I have these teeny tiny ones that I got on Amazon, and I like these much, much better. I'm just trying to use up what I have in my stash. And then I have some other ones that I have gotten in the past. As you can see, everything is kind of magnetized to them, but these are really thin, but they're very, very strong, as you can see. And I'll leave the link as to where I get these. You get a lot in a package, but I just keep them in here just so that I know where they are. So let's get started. All you have to do is, what I did was I folded this first, because once your glue dries, you really want to wait till your glue dries. I'm going to tear this where I want it, and then fold it in half, and then glue it, because I don't want to glue my fold. Let me just make sure I have a single page, because sometimes I like to use the double pages in my journals. So I'm just going to put this where I want it. I'm going to tear off the excess and keep it, because I like to swash it with paint and put that in my journal, which a lot of people do now. And I really like it. I like the look. And so yeah, I hope you're all having a good day. It's very cloudy here today, which is fine. And we did have a really good shower, so hopefully we'll get another one. So we're supposed to. How's the weather where you are? I am in Southwest Florida, so it's always warm here. It's not too bad. It's starting to cool off. But I do miss New England. That's where I'm originally from, for those of you who don't know. So I do miss, you know, the fall leaves. My oldest daughter lives in Vermont. My son lives in Georgia. He doesn't get a lot of color right now. He said he gets some color, you know, late fall. We do get some color, like around January, I'd say. You know, some things turn colors. You can see it from the highway. I don't know exactly what they are. I think they're scrub oaks or something. And then, of course, the farther north you go, we're in Southwest Florida, so it's always warm here. It's always beach weather. it's very nice. We live in a very, very small village called Punta Gorda. And my husband laughs because we're the youngest, probably the youngest in the village. So I didn't really cut that straight, but I fold it first because I'm impatient. And if I glued this down, if I glued this whole thing down, then I'd have to wait to fold it, because then the fold, you know, it would pucker here. So now I can fold each side and not have to worry about that, okay? And I don't mind that this is words. I don't even know if it's in English. This is in French, this is in English, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna probably decorate the inside anyway. So let me just trim this up, because like, it doesn't really, I just want to make sure it's nice and even, so when I go to glue it and put the magnet in, it's right where it needs to be. So I like to mix up my kits. For any of you who follow me, I like to add book pages, magazines. I love to add words and sentiments, flowers from book pages and magazines. And of course, I love to mix up the digital kits. So, like I said yesterday, I do choose a main journal pages to work with, and then I'll choose some of her other ones that I think will be aesthetically pleasing for it. So now what I'm going to do is get a magnet. Now these magnets you don't have to really worry about, because they're pretty strong on both sides. I guess they're double-sided magnets. And just get all the paper clips and little things off of it. Okay. So this is just a washer. I keep them on so I don't lose them. They're strong. Okay. Oh, went back on. Okay, there we go. So all I'm going to do now is open this up, decide where I'm going to place it, which there is fine. I'm going to get my masking tape. There's no need to glue it. Masking tape or even regular, you know, Scotch tape, cello tape works fine as well. You just don't want it to move. Excuse me. So I think that is good. I don't want it too close to the edge. And now I'm just going to tape that down. And that looks good. Now I'm going to take my glue stick. This is very simple. It's a very easy, it's probably going to be a very quick video. I'm sure you're all fine with that. These are fun to make. I mean, you could make them for anything. I mean, they're just really fun to make. Very simple. As long as you have some magnets and some book page or music page or dictionary, even decoupage napkins on paper. So now I'm just going to get my Fabri-Tac and go along the edge so I know that that won't lift up. Because sometimes I don't get my glue all the way to the edge when I use glue stick. I make a mess with glue stick. I don't know why. It gets all over my fingers, it gets all over my desk. Hence the reason why I put down my mat. There we go. And I can always trim that if I need to. And then what's nice, like I said, is, I just want to make sure that this is straight. What's nice is I'm not going to get that fold there because I didn't put any glue there. So I'll be able to fold it without it having a crease in it. I thought I cut that all the way straight, but let's see. Let's open this back up. good thing about glue stick. It's forgiving. Let me just put this on this corner here. I'm so fussy, I'm so sorry. So, yeah, there we go. Nope. Want that right against the edge. Oh my goodness. Oh well. What is wrong? I'm sorry if I get my head in the way. I can't really see it very good. I probably should have cut this afterwards like I did the other ones. I was just trying to be fast. Well, that's not going to work either. My goodness. Okay, let's try this. You're probably all saying, stick it back in. That was easy. Oh dear. Now, if you're going to sew around this, it's fine. Just remember to watch out for your magnet. And also, your magnet will stick to your machine, so be careful. I mean, you still can. I have before, you know, stitched around it. You just have to make sure you know where your magnet is when you're stitching. And my magnet's way over here, so I don't think it would get in the way of the needle. So I'm just going to trim the bottom of this off, because it's a little bit of the music paper sticking out. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. But before I do, I'm going to take my magnet. I'm going to place it here, which is good. That's where I want it. And I am simply going to take my pencil, and I'm going to put a dot where the other magnet needs to go. I'm going to take that up, put that under there. There we go. And put a little dot. Oh, I grabbed two. And put a little dot right there. Oh, you probably can't see it, but there's the magnet. It's attached to that magnet, okay? Sorry, I did that wrong. I want to do that, okay? And then once you do that, put your dot right there on the paper so you know where your other magnet needs to go, so when it closes, it will clip. Then you want to open it back up. Get your masking tape or sellotape or packaging tape, whatever you have. Don't go out and buy anything. I like masking tape. I use it for everything. Except that piece. I think it's got ink or something on it. This is a very old roll of masking tape. I'm almost out. I just got a new roll. So I'm going to take my magnet. It's right there, as you can see. I'm going to push it back here. I'm going to slide it off the other magnet. I already have my dot where it needs to go. And then I'm going to place my masking tape over it and make sure I get this on that pencil dot, if you can see it, okay? So that's where my magnet's going to go, right there. And then I'm simply going to glue this down. Maybe. I'm going to get this because I'm going to get it all over my mat. I just know I am. I'm just terrible with the glue stick. And go right over that masking tape so that it doesn't go anywhere. So it really, you know, it adheres to the music paper. And you could use tea stain paper. You could use anything for the inside of this. You could actually use another digital, you know, a book page or whatever in the inside. Anything that's going to be pretty. tea stain paper, white paper, copy paper, anything, really. Now I'll just go around my edge so it doesn't lift. I mean, I could do this afterwards, but... And there you go. And you really want to make sure that that's pressed down real good around your magnet. And then you don't have any crease because you didn't put any glue there. And I'm just going to press real good there for a minute just till that glue dries and pull it up. My music paper, sometimes it takes a minute for the glue to dry on my music paper because it's old. But just give it a good press so that the magnet stays in there. And then you can erase your little dot, which I didn't need to put there. Sorry about that. But here we go. And you could decorate the inside of it if you want. You could put pockets in there. You could put pockets on the outside. You know, you could do whatever you wanted to do. Now I'll just fold this, and there you go. And there you have a really cute magnet or book flip tag, something. Let me just make sure this is straight, which it is. This is just a little bit. I can't cut with worth beans. There we go. And I'll show you what that looks like. I have a little bit up here too that I need to trim off, which isn't surprising. Here we go. And like I said, the best part is when I do open it, I won't have any crease in my paper because I didn't fold it there. Another thing you could do is this kit came with washi, which I put on 8.5 by 11 paper and ran it through my printer. But if you have washi tape, you wouldn't have to use this. You could use just your regular washi. Let me just get some so I can decorate the inside a little bit better or a little bit more. It comes with a ton of washi. And I didn't even print it all. I think that would be pretty. Is that going to be enough for both sides? No. Do I have another one of those? I'd like to have two of the same. Yep, I do. There we go. So this isn't on the clear. This is on the paper sticky tape, the label tape. That's what I'm trying to say. But it works so well. It really does. I still put a little bit of glue on it, especially when I'm putting it on old book page. I'm just taking the edge off because that's what I do when I don't really pay much attention to it when I cut it. I cut it as I go, typically. And I've been using a lot of this in my projects. So now all I'm going to do is, on this, it's kind of nice because it has this little piece right here where you can pull it up. I think on the clear label, 8.5 by 11 label sheets, that it has that little piece right there too. So, which is nice, you know. So all I'm going to do now is take the washi, try and get it on the edge, and it's pretty sticky, so I don't have to glue it. And I'm going to pull this up just a little bit because I just want to make sure I get it right on the edge, but not over the edge. And you don't have to do this, but I just like it, you know, just to give it a little bit of added on the inside. And then just cut that, and I'll save this piece. And then I'll do the same thing to the other side. this side doesn't have it, so I'll have to peel it back. But it only takes a second. It's not hard at all. Let's see what side I want. I want it to go this way. Oh, it did have one of those on it. I think I want it to go this way. It's so hard to see. The nice thing about this, if you have a printer, is you can keep printing your washi. And you don't have to worry about running out of it. I used to hoard my washi, but now it doesn't stick, so now I have to glue it. Because it can be expensive, it can be pricey. So I make my own with napkins and tissue paper and digitals. There. Isn't that cute? That's it for now. I may put some pockets on the inside. I don't know yet. It depends on what I use it for, but I definitely wanted to have another one for the other signature, which is this one. And I just thought, you know, I'd add this to this journal just because, you know, it's fall. And see, like, this is a book page. This is from a decorating book. I just love it. I just thought it was so pretty. And believe it or not, it's got two pockets down here. And this is from her Daisy collection. So, but it's really aesthetically pleasing. I like it. So I'm going to put that one perhaps here. And it's got some squirrels running up the tree, which I love. And it's, you know, when you open it, it's real pretty. And then it closes right on the page like that. So now let me show you something else that you can do. And let me close this back up so I don't lose anything because nothing's tied in yet. The other one will take a second. And again, you could do something really small. You could take music paper, fold it in half like this, you know. Is this upside down? Yes, it is. Fold it in half like this. And then, yeah, so it would go like this. And you could even make it smaller and make a smaller paper clip or tuck or what have you. Just make sure you have another piece for the inside so the magnet can be in the middle. Okay? So I hope that made sense. Now let me take this and move it out of the way so we don't have a mess. And I'll show you what I plan on for the next one because I want to add a flip. And for this one, I'm going to use book page. So I'll move this out of the way. My glue book. My paper towel. Okay. Make sure I don't have any glue on my mat because I don't want to get it on my book page. Get some, I use, for those that of you that are new, I use hand sanitizer to get my glue off. It really cleans everything really well. Even my desk has contact paper on it because it's a very old desk and the top was really worn and I didn't want to paint it, so I use contact paper. And so if I accidentally spill something or get something on the contact paper, it washes off really well with that. So now I'm just going to take a book page. I have these two. And the first thing I thought was, ooh, that would be really nice. But I love those red butterflies. And I thought, maybe I'll save that one for Christmas. So instead, I got this one. And these came out of one of my vintage floral books, and I don't remember. Oh, you know what? I think this is the Edith Holden Herbal book. I take all my pages out and put them in one of these. I take them out of the book and put them in one of these. And then I just flip through them to get my book pages. Here are the other little snippets I made. They're not little, they're big. They're too big. But here's one. And here's another one. It's just got some lace, some fabric, and the rest is all paper. And then I put 3 buttons like this and just a couple little stitches with some green thread. And there you have a snippet. And I backed it with some piano paper after I stitched it. This one has just a couple little stitches for the stems and some French knots. And then this one has just a floral button and then some leaves and a little bit of grass. And then I put some tea stained cheesecloth on all of them, I think. Yeah. And then some scraps. And then this is lace, this is fabric. Here's some doily, just little snippets I have. Some doily. There's a piece of doily behind here, some fabric up here, and the rest is all paper. So yeah. And what I did was I collaged it first, stitched it on the machine so it would stay together. And then I thought I was done. But I thought, oh, how cute would it look with some stitches in it? So I did. And but they're too big for the journal, so I'm going to make some smaller ones. And I might do that tomorrow with you. I have some other projects too that I plan on, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. Oops, this is just another one. So I'll use these. I did probably in my Happy Mail for this month. I have overseas pen pals that I've had for 3 years, so for this one, I want to make this into like a book page flip. I want it to go pretty much, you know, not the whole book, you know, not the whole page, but I thought, how pretty would that look, you know, in my journal? And I wanted to give people who don't have a printer an option of using book page or magazine. I also had this that I cut out of a magazine, which I thought was really pretty. But I think I'm going to use this in collage. I cut out a lot of images from book pages and decorating magazines and magazines I get for free. See, like, I just thought these were very pretty, you know, very fall, very homey. So I love cutting images out of magazines. That's probably one of my most comforting things to do, is just to go through magazines, pick out words, pick out little pictures. Here's another one. It looks fall. It's got some fall leaves on a branch in a window. And don't know what that is. This is just a plant coming out of a bottle, which I haven't finished fussy cutting yet. And then this one has some beautiful hydrangeas that have gone by in a vase, and I thought that would be pretty. And then I just have a lot of words and sentiments in there. I also cut out words and sentiments from magazines that I like, either the font or the color. I'll cut out all of these words and then I'll use them in my journal. So that's an idea. Okay, let's do this one. So I'm going to do this one the same way. And I probably don't even need to do it on camera because you're going to get it. I mean, you got it. You got it already. It's just, I'm going to do it exactly the same way as I just did the other one, only this one will go the entire page. So let's find an entire page to put it on. Just say We'll pick this one and see how pretty that looks. See, so now you've got something that will flip out, okay, on both sides. And I'll line it with something. I'll probably put a pocket in, but I can show you that tomorrow, because I'm going to do exactly the same thing with whatever I line this with. I just haven't decided yet. But how pretty that looks, you know. And it's from a book. So go to your local bookstores, or we have a lot of used bookstores, and actually my bookstore has a whole section of free books. You just take the books that you want. I think they give you like 2 a day or something. I mean, I can't go in there every day and take books. It's a good thing too. My husband would kill me. I have so many books. But your library gives away books and magazines. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do with that one. I'm going to do the same thing, you know, with the magnet. And let's see, what time is it? 36. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And I may add, I pulled out some lace and some buttons. I'll show you how the other 2 items that I made yesterday turned out. This one, I added time to reflect for him. And on this one, it says, walk in the woods at sunset. So, anyway, I thought those came out really cute. And I made these yesterday, so if you didn't visit me yesterday, you can go back one video and you'll be able to see that. So this is what we made today, which is this one. And then I already made one from the other day using a different digital. Of course, we have this one. And then, and you could make this big, you know, the full size, and use it on a page, which would be really nice as well, you know. But I wanted it smaller. And then, let's see, where's the other one? This one. And this one says autumn is calling and a time of renewal. And this one doesn't say anything. I'll probably put a sentiment on that. This one I'll definitely put sentiments on. Let's see. I'll have to go through all my sentiments and words and things I've cut out of magazines. Lydia gives you sheets and sheets of fall ones, so I'll have to think of a good one for this one. This says seasons change. I want to do something from the trees. Would be nice for this one. But this one, I think I may add some lace. I may do some fussy stitch, slow stitching around it. I might use the sewing machine. I don't know yet. I know I have a lot of sewing to do, so I hope I get to that today. So that's it for today, and I hope you all enjoyed that video, and I hope that you'll return again soon. And until then, be well, be safe, and God bless y'all. Oops, I'm going to put my magnets back in here and then say goodbye. I just noticed them, and I will lose them if I don't put them back in there. I'm sorry about that. There we go. Okay. Until we meet again. Bye-bye, y'all.